Picture this. You're finally crushing it. The promotion lands. Your launch hits 6 figures. Your relationship is thriving. And then, like clockwork, you implode. You forget the crucial meeting. You pick fights over dirty dishes. You suddenly develop a mysterious illness right before your big presentation. Sound familiar? Here's what nobody tells you. There's nothing wrong with you. Your brain just thinks success is a predator hunting you down. I'm talking about something psychologist Gay Hendricks calls the upper limit problem. And if you've never heard of it, don't worry. It is just your brain's sneaky way of keeping you in your comfort zone. And it's probably why you keep hitting invisible ceilings you didn't even know existed. Today, we're going to crack the code on self-sabotage and learn how to expand your capacity for goodness without moving in and taking over your therapist's office. Because here's the truth. The solution isn't try harder. It's become bigger from inside out. I want to tell you about maybe my most embarrassing success meltdown. It was about 13 years ago. Everything was finally clicking. Dream clients were saying yes. Speaking opportunities were coming in. My bank account was looking healthier than it had in many years, and I was living the life that I had prayed for. And then I started doing the weirdest things. I would write brilliant emails and never send them. I would book amazing opportunities and show up kind of unprepared. One week, I literally got food poisoning the night before my biggest speaking event of the year. My body said coincidence, and my therapist said, honey, no, you're self-sabotaging. That night, lying in bed, feeling like garbage, literally, I had this moment of clarity. My success had a comfort zone, and I had just exceeded it. I wasn't self-sabotaging because I was lazy or I was dumb. I was sabotaging because my identity couldn't hold the weight of the life I was building. The woman I used to be was having a full-scale panic attack about the woman that I was becoming. Self-sabotage isn't a character flaw. It's a survival strategy gone rogue. Your brain is literally designed to keep you alive, not to help you thrive. When you start exceeding what feels emotionally familiar, your nervous system sounds the alarm, like danger. This is uncharted territory. Abort this mission. Think about it. Your brain processes, I think I heard once, 11 million bits of information per second. Can you even imagine? But you're only consciously aware of about 40. That means 99.9% of your decisions are happening below the radar, including the ones that keep you small. The upper limit problem is your internal thermostat for how much success, joy, love, or visibility you'll allow before you unconsciously course correct back to what feels safe. It's not God blocking your blessings. It's not the universe conspiring against you. It's your identity lagging behind your achievements. This is why you've noticed in the last few months, every podcast I do, when we are having these discussions, I'm always talking about your identity. Because if your identity lags behind your achievements, we got to bring these things in order, right? Here's the kicker. You really can build a business faster than you can upgrade your self-concept. So for everyone building a business, you know, entrepreneurship is just a personal development plan in disguise. That gap between who you're becoming and who you think you are, that's where sabotage lives. And you don't just have to be building a business. You can be working on writing a book. You can definitely self-sabotage there. Maybe you're stepping into a leadership role at work. You can self-sabotage there. You are building a new relationship, a friendship, a romantic relationship with someone else. You can definitely self-sabotage there. Here's the science that blew my mind. Your brain is essentially a prediction machine. It is constantly forecasting what's coming next and calculating the safety level. When success feels unfamiliar, it freaks out because it can't compute the new data. So you would think success is a good thing, promotion is a good thing, being in love is a good thing. But if your brain can't really compute it well, it's going to shut down. Dopamine spikes from your wins, the things that go well. That will crash fast if your identity can't keep up. And it triggers sabotage like procrastination or drama. So meanwhile, your nervous system has this capacity limit. push past it too quickly and it'll shut down. It'll downshift you via mysterious illnesses or sudden urges to reorganize your entire spice cabinet instead of following up with that client or working on the presentation that you have to give next week. And here's what I believe the self-help industry doesn't want you to know. Willpower is a losing game. You can white knuckle your way through behavioral changes for maybe, 2 or 3 weeks. That's my max. But eventually your identity wins. If you still see yourself as the girl who can't stick to anything, your subconscious will work overtime to keep your life congruent with that story. It's why the story we tell ourselves and the language we use about who we are is so important. This is why identity-based change is revolutionary. Instead of saying, I want to make 6 figures, try, I'm becoming a woman who creates consistent, high-value products. Instead of, I need to stop procrastinating, you could say, I'm becoming someone who honors her commitments to herself. Small, consistent actions become identity proof. Every time you show up as this new version of yourself, an expanded version of yourself, even for 2 minutes, you're collecting evidence that this is who you are now. Okay? Let's think about it this way. Let's shift and kind of put a faith lens on this. Think about Romans 12:2 for a second. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Not trying harder, not perfecting yourself first, but upgrading your thoughts about who you are and what you're capable of. And here's my favorite verse for recovering self-saboteurs. Ephesians 2:10 says, we are God's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared us in advance to do. Think about that for a minute. God already planned your success. He's not sitting in heaven going, wow, she's really exceeding my expectations. He authored the expanded version of you before you were even born. Your job isn't to shrink back into what feels familiar. It's to grow into what God already designed. Your upper limit isn't God's limit. It's just where your old identity runs out of bandwidth. Are you following? Okay. I've kind of told you about it. I've explained it. I hope I've done a good job explaining it. Sometimes it's a little hard to explain in such a quick format, but I want to give you practical steps. I call this the upper limit breakthrough system. So step 1, I want you to become a pattern detective. Get a journal and get really honest. You can open up the free write journal and Uplift, turn on your microphone that's built into Apple, for everything, and just start talking. Here's something I want you to think about. Where do you mysteriously mess up right after a win or something successful happens? For me, I'd noticed I'd start scrolling social media right after a big win instead of celebrating. Like I was literally avoiding the good feeling. For some people, they'll pick fights when things are going well, or they'll get sick before big opportunities, or they'll suddenly become busy with random tasks when they should be following up. That has to step on toes. That steps on some of my toes too. Or maybe creating drama in relationships when you're succeeding professionally because succeeding too many places at once seems a little scary. I want you to write it down. Write it in your journal, whether you're writing it with pen or speak it into the free write journal in the Uplift app. Awareness breaks the spell of unconscious sabotage. I'm going to say it again. Awareness breaks the spell of unconscious sabotage. And that's what we're trying to break, this unconscious sabotage that's so easy for people to fall into. Step 2, I want you to craft your identity evolution statement. This is where the magic happens. Instead of goals, we're creating identity declarations. You know how I will always every week go, I'm becoming a woman who, and then we're changing it into something each week. Think about what that could be for you. I'm becoming a woman who holds success without apologizing for it. I'm becoming a woman who can receive compliments without deflecting. I'm a woman who trusts herself to handle more responsibility. Or I'm a woman who stays present for her wins instead of immediately looking for the next problem. Whatever it is, one of those, something you write yourself, pick one. I want you to write it on sticky notes. Say it in the mirror. Let it rewire your brain for 30 days. Step 3, let's talk about nervous system expansion training. This is big. Think of it like exposure therapy for success. I want you to schedule small doses of the thing that triggers your upper limit, exposure therapy. Maybe for you, that looks like accepting a compliment without deflecting or making a joke, or sharing a win with your family without immediately downplaying it, right? Maybe you wear the outfit that makes you feel amazing instead of saving it for someday. Or how about you say thank you instead of saying sorry when someone does something nice for you? I want you to take up space in conversations instead of automatically shrinking back. So you can start small, but I want you to stay consistent. I want you to teach your body that good things happening isn't a threat. We're baby stepping into this. Okay, last thing, step 4. This is my number one pick for you right now. If you open the Uplift app, go to Rewriting the Script Journal. This is why this one's perfect, especially if you have an upper limit problem. Self-sabotage is an old story on repeat, right? This journal walks you step by step from the script that says, I can only handle this much good, to a healthy identity that can let you hold success without melting down. And I'll tell you, you don't need another productivity hack. You need a rewritten narrative. These prompts will help you name the lie, locate where it came from, and replace it with truth. Hello, Romans 12:2. It's a micro activity. It's super doable. It takes 3 minutes out of your day, no 47-page workbook. Like I said earlier, no camping out at your therapist's office, just consistent identity level upgrades that are going to pair perfectly with the work you're doing. So use this journal. Again, once you open the Uplift app, go to the guided journals, or you can search for it. You can use the search key, and it's Rewriting the Script. I made this one specifically for you. So what you're going to do in that journal is you're going to be able to name the ceiling. So, when I start feeling like I'm getting a win, I normally, what is it that you normally do? It's going to help you spot the script of who told me that this is all I could handle, or where was it in my life time frame that I learned I didn't deserve more than this, or I couldn't handle more than this. And it'll help you rewrite that truth, such as, if I believed I was safe to hold success, I would fill in the blank, right? And it'll help you install tiny proof. So it'll help you decide like a 2-minute action that you can take today to reinforce this new identity is what? And by doing that, by using these tools that I've made for you, you're going to take these concepts that I realize I'm kind of blowing through quickly on a podcast, right? But it helps you take this information and really create wisdom in your life. I've already talked about the morning momentum journal and the evening reflection. And you can take that evening reflection journal and you can track how you helped yourself get more comfortable with success. And do that every day for 7 days. It takes, like I said, 3 minutes. But the whole reason I developed the app was to help you have tools so you don't self-sabotage. So you have pep talks when you need them. You have truth. You have devotionals. You have exercises to be able to calm your body down when you feel anxious or you want to self-sabotage. These are the reasons I created this for you. So if you haven't downloaded Uplift yet, go to Uplift Devotions and Journals in the App Store and you'll find it and you can use it free for 30 days. And here's what I want you to remember most. You don't need more confidence. You need courage for 20 seconds at a time. Courage to see the pattern. Courage to speak the new identity statement. Courage to stay present when good things happen instead of immediately looking for what's wrong. I want you to act like a woman you're becoming before you feel like her. Your identity will catch up to your obedience. This week, I'm challenging you to raise your ceiling with one brave action. Send the pitch, post the content, ask for the raise, set the boundary, tell somebody you love them. And when your brain starts screaming that you're in danger, remind it, this is an upper limit. I am safe to grow. God already authored this expansion. Because you're not starting over again. You're becoming who you were always meant to be, one brave choice at a time. Got it? Okay, I love it. This was so fun. Let's talk about recommendations. I want to recommend, I may have talked to you about it before, Discovery Cove. I'm in love with Discovery Cove. It is an all-inclusive resort in Orlando. I go twice a year, every year. In June, I took my team, and in July, I took a group of my clients. Both trips were incredible. So it's this all-inclusive day resort in Orlando with these white beaches and lagoons and lazy rivers and dolphins swimming nearby. And you can snorkel with rays and tropical fish. You just spend the day snorkeling and floating and just slowing down, and it's delightful. There is something about a private beach and tropical water and being with people that you love. We laughed, we have great conversations, and we love feeling more connections. It's a little piece of heaven on earth. I can't recommend it enough. So whether you go for work or you go with your family or you take a girls trip or you go by yourself, I love it so much. I can't recommend Discovery Cove enough. Now, before I wrap up, let me just say I'm grateful. I'm grateful that we're here. Thank you for spending all this time together with me every week, twice a week now. I've been twice a week for a long time, almost a year now, but it still feels crazy that we bumped it up twice a week and you're still watching and listening. And thank you. I do want you to know that I see how you are working on your growth because you could be listening to a podcast about any other thing in the world, but you come here because you're a woman who wants to chase after what God has for her. You want to improve yourself. You want to transform your mind. You run after that calling that God has for you. And I see it and I appreciate it. And thank you for letting me be part of the journey. So keep stepping up, keep showing up and loving well, because you know the truth. You can't break a woman who gets her strength from God. I hope you have a great day, and I'll be back with you soon. Not perfecting your self. Oh, no. Okay, we're good.